Call the meeting to order. Please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The clerk call roll, please.
Counselor Boland?
Here.
Counselor Elliott?
Here.
Counselor Furlow?
Here.
Counselor Grizzle?
Here.
Counselor Fisher and Counselor Reeskamp are absent.
Okay. Thank you. And just a reminder for the council to please speak into your mics so that they can pick it up on the tape, or it's not tape anymore, they're on digital. Okay, first thing up, we have approval of council minutes, December 13th, 2017, regular session minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes?
Move for approval as written.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the December 13th regular session minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Consent calendar. We have the agenda for tonight. We have appointment of the Budget Committee, Kim Olfers, reappointment, and easements, Aspen Place Apartments and Christ Community Lutheran Church.
Move for approval.
Second it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Consent calendar is approved. And next up, we have an introduction for our new finance director, Matt Apkin. Is he here? There he is. You want to come on up?
Want me to?
Sure.
Mayor Z's, members of the council, I'm very pleased to introduce the newest member of our staff team, Matt Apkin. Matt's been on the job since December 18th, so about a little more than 3 weeks. And I've enjoyed working with him. I think you will too. He's collaborative in his approach to issues. The man has two, not one, but 2 degrees in accounting. And he's very smart when it comes to the numbers. So I think we're in good hands with our finances with Matt. And I'm looking forward to a lot of great improvements and changes in the way we manage our money. So, Matt, welcome. I don't know if there's anything you want to say, but.
I just look forward to working with you all, and I'm happy for any input that you can give me. So.
Very good.
Right.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank
Welcome.
you. And I hear you're reviewing our audit too, which I think is great that you can get some fresh eyes on that. So
Yeah, that's a little bit delayed because of that. I apologize.
that's okay. Good. Thank you very much. And then apparently the auditor was thought that the meeting was at 7 last time, and that's why he didn't show up, because we had that fast meeting at 6, and we were done by 6:45, and he came at 7, and we were gone. So there was a confusion on the time on the meeting. That's why he wasn't here. But it had nothing to do with Matt.
So since then, when Matt came on board, he began looking at the audit and had some questions about it and was able to finally meet with the auditor yesterday. So I think we haven't really got everything addressed. I told Matt I wanted him to feel comfortable with the audit before we brought it to you. Therefore, it was delayed to February. So I think we should be ready in February, and you'll hear all about it at that time.
Well, I think I can speak for all the rest of us here that we really welcome you to Lebanon. Glad to have you.
Yeah, except me. I'm just kidding. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate it. We'll look forward to working with you. Okay. Next up, public comments. The council welcomes all respectful comments regarding city's business. Citizens may address the council by approaching the microphone, signing in, stating their name and address for the record. Each citizen is provided up to 5 minutes to provide comments to the council. The council may take an additional 2 minutes to respond. The city clerk will accept and distribute written comment at a speaker's request. Is there anyone who would like to address council? All right.
Good evening, everyone. I see you are scheduled for February 14th for Valentine's Day. Is that correct?
Yep.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. My name is Tom Poyet. I would like to know if the city has a disaster evac plan? Is there anybody want?
Yeah,
As
go
a
ahead,
matter of
Chief.
fact, yeah, we do have a evac plan in place. Yeah, there's some maps that we have. It just hasn't been able to get out into the mapping system yet.
Have we ever done a disaster evac?
No, I haven't planned it, but that's in the near future.
Pardon?
It's in the near future, yeah.
Well, I'd like to be around when it happens, you know. So I thank you very much, and you have a good evening.
Thank you.
too. Thanks, Tom.
Anyone else?
I prefer not to be around when it happens.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, one last chance. Anyone else want to speak?
Bill?
Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to the regular session. Number 1, Enterprise Zone Extended Tax Abatement Agreement with Griffin Brothers. And that will be Gary Marks.
Mayor Aziz, members of the council, I know you're all well aware that some years ago, the Albany-Millersburg Economic Development Corporation approached the city about expanding our enterprise zone to include them. Since then, whenever an application has come forward for a business in Albany or Millersburg, of course, the council here is needed to approve that. That is the case tonight with this item for Griffin Brothers Incorporated, which is an Albany company. They're planning on a $1.5 million investment, and they're seeking a 5-year tax abatement, which has absolutely nothing to do with us. So that's my brief report. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to respond to those. Your approval is needed, and again, there is no impact on the city of Lebanon.
Any
Other
questions?
than-
Okay.
Other than jobs, I mean, what's good for Albany is good for us. I'm always happy to be a part of them. So,
Move for approval?
second.
We need to have,
Resolution.
this is a resolution, so we'll have the city attorney read the resolution.
Resolution number 2018-1, a resolution approving an extended property tax abatement agreement between the City of Albany, a co-sponsor of the South San EM Enterprise Zone, and Griffin Brothers, Inc.
Move for approval. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve Resolution 2018-1. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes, or actually the resolution passes. And number 2, City Manager's Report. Gary Marks.
Well, my report is in the packet. A couple of things not in my report that have developed since that I wanted to make you aware of. At the last meeting, Councilor Furlow brought up the issue of the section of 12th Street, which is unincorporated, and there are pieces of 12th on either side that are. He asked that staff look into a solution for that, and I believe we have found one. And only today did it develop to the point that I could report it to you. The idea that we came up with was to seek from the county to have them give us that section of road right-of-way. Therefore, it would become part of the city. Any complaints that we would receive occurring within that right-of-way, we could then act on based on our nuisance laws and so forth. So, Ron informed me today that that process is going forward, that the county is willing to dedicate that to us. So you will be hearing more about that in the future, but I'm hopeful now that we have maybe a permanent solution to that issue. Our police will be able to respond. We won't have to deal with this, the confusion with if it's the sheriff or if it's the city. Or I think the most common issue we've had is when we've had city residents who live on the city side of the line have issues with people in the unincorporated island, and we depend on the county to do something, and I don't know that the county really recognizes that that's something they need to address. So it's been difficult getting issues addressed, and I think maybe this is a solution. So I'm very hopeful. In addition to that, we were notified by the state of Oregon within the last month that our enterprise zone, we just dealt with that. Our enterprise zone expires or sunsets on June 30th. We're in a position where we can seek a renewal of that designation, and that is our intent. However, staff wants to have a staff report prepared and bring it to you at the next meeting to discuss some of the issues. And I'll just relay probably the main issue that we want to think about is the membership of the zone. Back in the day when Albany and Millersburg were brought into our zone, it was done so because at the time the state rules only allowed a finite number of zone designations throughout the state. And so they could not go get their own designation. Since then, the rules have changed. All you need to do now is demonstrate to the state that you meet whatever criteria it is to have a zone designation. So at this point, to me, I have to wonder if we renew if continuing this idea where we have to approve each other's applications really makes sense. One way or the other, renewal needs to be sought, whether it's if we're doing it with Millersburg or if we're doing it on our own and they're seeking their own. Albany is no longer allowed to be a part of this zone when the expiration occurs because since their original inclusion, their population has grown past a threshold where they get one automatically. They have their own designation because of their population size. So Walt wanted the opportunity to come and present a staff report at the February meeting, but I wanted to make you aware that this will be on the agenda for the next meeting, and we'll be asking you to make a decision about how to proceed forward as far as what kind of inclusion you want to see for a zone. Yes?
Have we had any inquiries from Millersburg or from the county about what preference they would have?
Well, actually, John Pascone at Amadec has contacted me asking if we would like to have a presentation. And that may be appropriate, but I think, first of all, I'd like to internally have our discussion about what we would like to do. I'll tell you, I don't think it makes sense to go forward with the zone the way it is now. I don't know. I mean, tonight maybe we wouldn't have had to meet because that was really the only action item you had beyond consent. So it's just something to think about and decide what might be best. I don't think it's not a slight to anybody. It's just what's in the best interest of everybody and what's practical as we go forward. Is it necessary that we need to be joined at the hip and have to approve each other's applications? So not a big deal, but something that, I'd like a policy decision from all of you.
In about the last 5 years, I only remember about one that we've actually done that was ours. I think
since I've been here, we did Dave Smith decoys.
Decoys, yeah.
But that's been the only one.
Everything else has been.
But
Albany,
historically, it's been really good for Lebanon. Like, I think for NTEC and is it Pennington Seed? I don't know. I would just have us through that process be good neighbors as well and make sure that us dumping them, if we do, doesn't leave them high and dry and without is it difficult to form a new one for them? Is it, I would just have us be cognizant of being good neighbors in that process if that is the direction that we go. They've been really good to us.
That's part of the reason I asked the question. Had there been any inquiries from Millersburg or the county?
Right.
I beg to differ that they have been good neighbors to us, because I think in the past, just recently, they pretty much dumped on us on the transload facility. They've completely supported the Millersburg and not even given us the chance to say Albany's an option or Lebanon's an option. They've just specifically said the Millersburg site is the site that we're backing, and they're backing that right now. And if they're for us, then I would think they would support both of the facilities. Same thing with the Lane County Commissioners. I would think that they would support both of the facilities because it's in Lane County.
Well, and I disagree because I think, like in the case of the veterans home, the Albany really wanted that, and the Lane County Commissioners just deemed that Lebanon was the superior site. And so they backed, that didn't mean they didn't like Albany, it just meant they evaluated the properties, they evaluated everything, they decided, Lebanon is what we're going to back. So
But that wasn't Amedeck, that was the commissioners.
correct, but then you brought the commissioners up,
Yeah.
and Amedeck can look and say, we believe this is a superior piece of property, this is the property we're going to back. So I don't take that as a slight to Lebanon, and I would be worried that this move would look like we were retaliating against, well then fine, you're on your own. I've said my piece, I disagree.
Okay.
I agree with Paul all the way.
Could we have a report that will include the nature and the number of applications from each site? We've talked, and since I've been on the council, the only ones I remember have been either Albany or Millersburg. I don't remember anything from the county, but maybe there has been. And
Can certainly look and see what information we can accumulate. Yeah.
I can certainly do that for Lebanon, but it might be easier to get it from John Pascone if you wanted other sites as well. But as far as Lebanon, it's always been done by resolution, and I can look that up.
right.
Okay. If we're done with that, in case you didn't see my city manager report in the packet, I wanted to call your attention to my section that I reported about our employee appreciation event that we had early last month. I provided a program to the staff that reviewed the year 2017 as far as what we as a team accomplished, and I found it very easy to list off 39 items that I think when you read the list, it helps us understand the tremendous impact the staff and the entire city has had in transforming our community in some very good ways. There are some pretty big items on there, and I'm very proud of our staff and what they accomplished over that past year, and makes me even prouder to know that a lot of what we accomplished last year is building on yet more good things for 2018. So I think we have lots of reasons to feel very good about our community, about the city of Lebanon and how we've positioned ourselves, and I'm feeling very optimistic. But I didn't want you to miss that list. If you had, it'll make you feel good that, wow, we did a lot in that year. So there's some other things in my report that I'll leave that to you, but if you have any questions about anything in the report or in the council packet, I'd be happy to respond.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Seeing none, I'll move on to items from council. I have a couple items here. Jail tour reminder. Right after, I would ask everybody to go to the jail tour. It's our state mandated responsibility to check that out every once. Okay, to keep you in line over there.
Is this a spaghetti dinner tonight?
Is
No spaghetti dinner.
microwave meals.
Oh.
Council preference on utilities update, 5 p.m. work session before the February 14th meeting, or a noon session on February 28th. What would be your guys' preference?
Noon.
Noon.
I'm going noon.
Fine.
I can go either way.
Noon on the 14th.
Looks like noon
28th.
on the 28th.
Oh, no, do you want
It'd be a different day. Okay, got that, Linda? All right, public comments, another opportunity for the public to comment. Anybody like to speak? Okay, see none. Items from press? Nothing from you guys? Next scheduled council meetings will be February 14th, 6 p.m., and then we'll have the noon session on the 28th, and then March 14th will be regular session. And we're going to adjourn to executive session. City Attorney, read the statement, or do we do that when we go into?
Nope, we do it now.
Okay, we do that now.
All right.
Yeah.
The council will now proceed to executive session. Executive sessions are closed to the public due to the highly confidential nature of the subject. It is unlawful to discuss anything outside of executive session. There will be no final action or decisions made in the executive session. All such decisions must be made in an open session. Tonight's executive session is pursuant to ORS 192.660 sub 2 sub E to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to negotiate real property transactions. I now ask the public to please, what's a nice way to say leave?
Leave.
Depart.
Disembark. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, adjourn.